Greetings, welcome to round number 2, everyone. We're on the plan I kept, and we're going to test a theory that I talked about in the intro. And the theory is that turn 2 Domri Rade on the play is really good. So that's what we're doing here. Of course, don't know what deck our opponent's on, so it could be pretty bad. I mean, if he has a huge affinity start, then Domri probably won't do anything. But in general, I think it's a pretty good theory that turn 2 Domri on the play is good. Alright, so Misty into Breeding Pool. Oh, we're up against Infect. Huh. Well, that makes things a little different. Well, this deck doesn't play much removal, so I think if we go Phantasmal and just copy Glistener Elf, then we can trade there. We can play Domri and tick it up, then he can, I don't know. It's debatable. I think I am just going to Domri and tick it up, though. And I'm also going to go ahead and crack this fetch, since we now know that our life total doesn't matter. We want a blue source. Yeah, I think we want a blue-white source. We want a Hallowed Fountain. Oh, that's a good one. So yeah, I mean, he can use a pump spell to kill our Domri, but in that case, our Domri effectively 2 for 1 because it got us a creature and got rid of one of his pump spells. Well, I'm going to plus again. Yeah, we're gonna plus again. Look at card. That is really good against. Yeah, as far as cards that are good against Infect, that one is up there. Because we can just redirect all of the pump spells to Spellskite. So that's actually just insane. He does have these exalted triggers, but yeah, really good card Spellskite is. And I'm going to Phantasmal, copying his Glistener Elf. Because we just have our Glistener Elf block his, and then his will die. He can just use a pump spell on our Phantasmal Image. That's an option. But yeah, I think we'll be winning this game. So he is attacking us. Okay. I'll let those exalted triggers resolve, of course. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and block. And I don't really think there's anything I can do about that. Any number of combat tricks can just be redirected to Spellskite, yeah. So then at the end of the turn, the exalted triggers will wear off and his elf will just die, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tick this up again. Well, I definitely can't complain about that. I'm just going to say go. When he enters combat, I'm going to go ahead and play the Staticaster, shoot down his Ichor Claw Mirror. I do have a stop on beginning of combat, so we'll be able to do that. I don't think these decks play Counterspell, yeah. Okay, so I guess we could also have just done it with the exalted triggers on the stack. Okay, he's just going to concede. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat Spellskite plus Izzet Staticaster. That's usually too much for those decks. As far as what to board, this second Spellskite definitely comes in. And Path is quite good against them. Not sure what else. I mean, Scavenging Ooze is just a Grizzly Bears against them, so that comes out. I mean, Voice is better than Finks is, because Voice can at least block something and leave a token behind, but we could potentially cut a Kitchen Finks. Even like Harmonic Sliver might be worth considering. It does kill like Ichor Claw Mirror, and we can like blink it at instant speed with like Resto and kill an Ink Moth or something. Just a possibility. Even like Fiery Justice could be good. Yeah, I think I'll actually bring in Fiery Justice. I kind of like that. I think Finks is going to go. And I don't think this Linvala really does much. And Domri isn't that great either, especially on the draw. So yeah, I like this. This looks good here, I think. Alright, so our opponent's on the play. He mulliganed to 6. This hand's pretty good. I mean, you know, the only issue is like our mana isn't that great. Like we have just, you know, red-green, but this deck doesn't really have ways to kill creatures. So the Noble Hierarch will provide the blue-white. So I'm keeping. Oh, and he mulliganed to 5. I hope he doesn't just concede, like, because obviously I want to have a game to show you guys. Okay. Dryad Arbor, go. I would like to pay 2 life, and I'd like to play a Noble Hierarch. I mean, the fact that he started Dryad Arbor, go, of course, tells us he doesn't have a very good hand, but, I mean, it's not over yet. Like, Inkmoth Nexus is a card. I'm fine with taking 1. I don't think we'll die from actual damage this game. And Voice Birds is definitely a good way to start us off here. And then next turn, I think the plan is cast Glen Elendra. It blocks the Nexus, and we can counter pump spells. Alright, he's getting in for some amount of damage. Oh, he's going to Twisted Image our birds. That's annoying. Ooh, so now we have Birthing Pod. Yeah, I think I'm going to attack for 3. And then pot up Staticaster and say go. I think that's what I want to do. Trying to think if there's I guess alternatively we can pot up Spellskite. That way we don't have to worry about pump spells. And then pot up Staticaster the turn after. That might be safer, because theoretically if we just pot up Staticaster and pass, he could just have like, I don't know, a million pumps and we just die. So I think here I'm gonna play to not lose here, is what I'm saying. I mean, he does have Twisted Image. I guess that's something to be concerned about. But what are the odds he has another Twisted Image? I'm actually still thinking it over, seeing if there's some sort of better option that we have. So one thing that's nice is if we draw a blue source next turn, we can pot up Staticaster and then Phantasmal Image, copy it, and just have 2 Staticasters. It's just a question of, do I want to play around Twisted Image, or do I want to play around like 2+4 pump spells? I guess having 2+4 pump spells is, because you'd have to have mana to cast them too. Oh man. Just gonna sit here and think about it real quick. Okay, so I've decided to get Staticaster and actually just main phase kill Dryad Arbor. That way, with at least 1 mana to activate, he won't really be able to cast that many pump spells. I mean, theoretically, he could have something like Animate, Attack, and then a +4 pump spell, and then two of the Phyrexian pump spells, but like, yeah, like, play around like Twisted Image. If I had drawn a land, I actually probably would have just Conscripts, take the Ink Moth, and then Staticaster, kill it, which would have been kind of a weird play. Alright, so plan here is I'm going to get Pridemage off this Birthing Pod and then copy Pridemage with Phantasmal Image, which lets me attack for a bunch of damage and just have like a million ways to kill his Ink Moth. Then I'm going to cast this off the blue floating and copy this. And then I think we're in a pretty good spot now. We only have mana to activate one of our Pridemages, so I think there are like a few things he could still have. But like they would, I mean, there's 4 cards in his hand. They need to be some ridiculous combination of cards. Because by pinging it, it allows him, yeah, like now I just end step kill it. And we just untap and kill him. Okay, so he's gonna save his guy anyways, I guess. Okay, alright, well, he conceded. We pretty much had that one locked up, because, like I said, that's already 8 damage in play, so. Alright, that was kind of interesting, I guess. Sort of combo versus combo mirror. We were kind of more of the control deck in that matchup. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Alan Pennington with Gathering Magic. Thanks for watching.